Hey guys, today on Tropicana App Reviews, we're going to take a look at a no-code platform called V.One. And V.One is one of the new kids on the block when it comes to applications that allow you to develop other applications without coding at all. And V.One is very similar to Wix, but to develop mobile applications. As you can see on this main page, it's very, very slick. And we're going to take a look at what's under the hood and review some of its features. So as you can see, simple drag and drop, very much like Wix. One of the things about all these no-code platforms is that they all approach no-code in a different way. Some of them focus on automations. Some of them focus on connecting no-code platforms together, so integrations. And some of them just want to make the process easier when it comes to developing applications. This is very much in beta, meaning it has limited access to the public. But luckily, we do have access to V.One to take a look at where it is right now and how it's getting on. So let's take a look. In this tab, you can see the main page of V.One setup. And here I started developing an app called Circular App, which is an upcycling application. It's very much like Wix, where you have on the left side, you have a panel and you can drag and drop into this kind of mobile device, different modules. So we're going to play around and drag and drop different things and kind of see how it goes. So if I drag this button right here, as you can see, it just drops the button and it pulls up a prompt on the left side. Some of the features are really cool here. You can see you can drag and drop an image or you can design in Canva. This is very interesting, this design in Canva. I didn't know Canva had the ability to sit inside other apps. And this is effective because I don't have to leave and then design something in Canva and then come back. So let's just see if we design something in Canva, what it's going to do. I'm just going to design some random shapes in Canva and just see how it accepts it. Not quite sure what I'm doing, just designing anything random, seeing how it goes. So I click publish. And let's see what it does. You're designing ready. I'm still waiting for Canva to exit, even though it says it will exit automatically. I don't think it's going to exit automatically. So let me, that's interesting. Let me try again. We're going to try again here. See how this goes. I'll just do a regular purple shape, purple square. Still waiting for Canva to exit automatically. I'm not sure if this is a new feature for Canva or a new feature for V.One or both. But let's try and stylize this background. I'll change this to push me. As you can see, this is just a regular, we're just regularly styling a button right here. Seems, I'm not sure if it's frozen. Oh no, it's just a bit slow, I think. Or maybe it's frozen. Ah, yeah, it's just a bit slow. That potentially might be my computer. I don't think that's all V.One's fault. That might be my computer, but I'm trying to change the font, change the color, just play around with it. We're gonna try to drag an image. See what happens if we add an image. We're just gonna add this random image here. See how it processes it. If it does process it. Seems like it's struggling. Let's just try to drag any image there. Oh, maybe not that picture. But let's see, Hackathon Entertainment. And you can see how it comes out. Let's see how it resizes. It resizes, press Control, and it scales appropriately, proportionately. And all we're doing is dragging and dropping modules to create an app screen. So I dragged a couple modules and this is what we have. See, it's very, very simple. And what we want to do is try to test each of these modules and just see how it comes out. We're going to drag the feed module. And what it actually does, which is not the most convenient, is places the feed on top of everything else. So we're going to delete these previous things. It would be great if it picked up that there was other modules and it realigned itself to where the other modules are. So I can go into the try to delete a lot of these modules and put the feed module there. So now we have a theme module and it's saying open the data tab and connect to Airtable. So I open the data tab and I believe this feature is accessible, but because it's in beta, it's accessible to limited users. I was testing this feature in a hackathon and basically it connects to another no-code platform called Airtable, which is like Google Spreadsheets. It does have limited integration so far. As you can see, when you scroll down, it can connect to Zapier, it can connect to WooCommerce, it can connect to Shopify, connect to Airtable. It is very limited so far though. So we can't change this data that's here because you need to connect it to Airtable. But let's try and change the layout to cards. Right now it's in list form. And now we get more a timeline kind of feel. So I'm starting to like this. Let's try and click another tab. And what it's doing is telling me that actually I have to pay to be able to edit other tabs. And to be honest, that's not the most convenient. But like I said, it's still in beta. They're still trying to work out the pricing models and the pricing plans. So we're going to continue to explore the different modules. Let's try form. What it does is create a form for people to fill in when they come to my app. I think this is good that it sends it directly to my email address, or it can send it to the URL, or it can send it to Airtable. I think that's a really great feature that I can choose where the form data gets sent to. That I can choose to preview an error message. It's also awesome that it has this autosave feature. That's what I think it looks like that's going on. So we get rid of that and continue testing. And I do believe this is, I could be wrong, but I do believe this is my computer that's moving slow and not Airtable. Or not, sorry, V.One. So a members only screen. This is very similar to Wix and how you can create permission pages. And as it says in the prompt, you can create a screen for members only and create a Stripe account that sets up a paywall. So that's awesome. How do I remove this? I guess it's unlock to remove this. We already checked out the feed module. Discovery. This will be interesting. I'm not sure if you use Glide or some other apps, but a lot of them generally have this kind of map feature where you can maybe list restaurants, or you can list different things in terms of a map. So we are going to create a cool map. You can choose list view or map view. Oh, I really like this. It's very attractive. It's still in the early stages, but we can see the general idea of what it's trying to do. It would be cool if when I click on it, I can see the detail of the item. I can't see and edit that in this editor right here. But as you can see, a lot of the features are really simple. It's simple drag and drop, trying to make it extremely easy to develop apps. Testimonials. We're going to try that out and see what happens. I'm not sure. It says no testimonials, but there is no section that's allowing me to add content. So where do I write? Image, width, pad. I guess add item, maybe. Item 1. And I guess this is where I would put my testimonial. So we're going to add some data. Let's say test. say description. Unfortunately, it's taking quite some time to load, a lot longer than expected. And let's say 5 stars. 5. So user is Dominic. Let's just throw this picture here. See how it comes out. It's not the most attractive. Yeah, it's not the most attractive the way this testimonial module comes out. So we're going to delete that. And even playing with it is relatively difficult, even though it's easy to use. The fact that I can't add different modules to different layers without paying does make it difficult to get in and play around with it and see if it can do what I want it to do. So we're going to try table. And I can embed tables. Wait for it to load. Seems that it's loaded. Show grid. I am having a difficult time working out whether it is my computer or V.One. But like I said, it's still in beta. So that wasn't working too well for us. Code embed. And what we can do here is, I guess, embed HTML code. Yeah, so, and this is interesting. So previously, my workflow has been drag a module, go to the right panel, adjust settings. But when I drag this, I ignored this warning here and I went directly to the right panel to try and adjust settings. But here, the prompt to actually adjust the embed code area is right there. So I have to click on that to be able to embed the code, which means this right section is relatively redundant. I am unable to use all these other features because it requires an e-commerce integration. And I don't yet have Shopify or WooCommerce to connect. And I'm able to use Airtable and Zapier. I think that's because it is in beta mode and it is limited access, even to me who has access to some of the features, but not all of the features. So I don't know what's going to happen when I click this. And again, it goes back to paying. What you have is paying monthly and paying. You have two plans, and it is kind of confusing what I'm getting for these two plans. But it says here it's the growth plan. I'm able to build 5 screens, includes all modules. I guess you have one-on-one sessions. One thing about V.One, their communication has been perfect. Their customer service team has been amazing. I believe it's a startup, so it's a small team. I believe, I could be wrong, but they've been amazing. Every time I reached out to them for help, they've tweeted me back or they've emailed me back, or you see this icon here right in the corner, you message them. All different times of the day, they message me back in less than an hour. So that's been amazing. That's what you expect from a startup, especially trying to acquire customers. We're going to check out account. I'm currently logged in. This is kind of confusing here. When I click on the tab, it opens exactly what I need. But when I click on account, it doesn't open any prompt, but the one where I have to click account again. So that's slightly inconvenient. Maybe I'm being nitpicky here. So you can see my account settings, my plan settings, billing information, transfer account. It'll be interesting to see if I have multiple apps. I can't see where I would manage that right now. So we're going to continue to take a look at any other features V.One has. This app config. One of the advantage V.One has over some of its competitors is being able to publish directly to the App Store. And even though I did show the pricing here or somewhere, let's try and find the pricing. The pricing here, I believe. So this says $8 a month billed annually. So that's 8 times 12 for the general plan, or yeah, this is confusing. So I'm not sure. Oh, $8 a month if it's billed annually, and $14 a month billed monthly. So this is the same plan. It's a little bit confusing to me, but this is the same plan. One's just billed annually and one's just billed monthly. If you pay annually, it's $8 a month. If you pay monthly, it's $14 a month. But I believe publishing directly to the App Store is an additional cost. So if we go back to settings, you can actually configure the app. You can change the application name and the application ID and some of the details. You can enter the information needed for WooCommerce. You can create a sign-in form and a login form for your app, which is always convenient to already have that there. One of the great things about these modules, a lot of the apps have the same kind of features. They're just stylized in different ways and executed different ways, but they're pretty much the same features over and over again in the apps we use. And being able to have modules and just drag and drop and stylize these features is very, very great for me, or great for us. Custom mode. I'm not quite sure what custom mode is or what custom mode does. I guess this added if you say it's an e-commerce app, it adds a checkout box. And I can add the titles to the bottom of the app. But as you can see, it doesn't format it pretty well. And I can't adjust the formatting anywhere. So we're in membership. I can add membership payments, and I believe you just connect Stripe. And I think this has been done pretty well, that I can add paywalls to certain pages or certain tabs, and I can automatically do payments, whether it's one time or monthly. And all I have to do is connect the Stripe right here. And I think that's been done really, really in a simple way. It seems like I've gone through all the features. As you can see, it's still in the early days, actually. I haven't gone through all the features. There are some features here that wasn't previously, I believe that for some reason it was previously locked and now it's unlocked. So we're going to try, and maybe it's unlocked because, and I didn't know this, I think it's unlocked because I unlocked it when I told it it was an e-commerce app, and I unlocked it. I had no idea you could do that. So we're going to try some of these features. I think we was at code embed maybe. I'm going to try adding a banner. So we can change the height, we can change the width. Change it to 2 columns for a banner or 3 columns. Or change it to a carousel. And I think as time goes on, it's so simple, and I'm really getting a feel and really getting hang of how it works. And I want to try and, so what I've done is I use one of my images, and when you click on it, it takes you to another tab. But because in the particular plan I have, you can't see other tabs, I can't test this and show you what's actually going on. So we're going to try categories. We're going to try these categories and see what this does. I believe this, usually you will see categories at the top somewhere, where you can filter the categories for your e-commerce app. And you can either have a grid or a carousel. Somewhere you should be able to, does it look like you can create items, like a feature page. And I don't know exactly what it's filtering. Even though it's saying the limit's for, where is it getting the information from? That's not quite clear to me. So we can see slideshow. Oh, this is great. So usually at the top of your page, you would have some kind of slideshow, autoplay swiper. And like you can see, it's very, very easy. Just drag and drop. Yeah, I really like this. This is a great feature that they have. Blogs list. So let's see what happens when we do this. Head in, type latest. And is that, I don't know, again, I don't know where it's pulling the data from. That's not exactly clear to me. It's not clear to me how to connect my data to this module. So let's keep testing. Countdown. And this would usually be at the top. And maybe there's a countdown timer for the sale, for a sale or a certain discount. It would be great if I could, it would be great if I could add a background to this. Rewards. My guess is if you add rewards, you have to also create a profile. It's not that clear right here that you have to create a profile, but that's my assumption. But right here, this lets me create a rewards section. Difficulty is I can't choose what to reward people for. Is it particular items? Is it every purchase? I don't have that ability right now. But I also want to know, this is a beta version. For a beta version, this is extremely, extremely good for early version. I think the idea is on the money with drag and drop. As you can see, it was so easy for me to just drag and drop. Like I said, the customer service has been amazing. I believe the aesthetic and the branding is just what I personally like. We're going to try out these last couple of features. This is awesome. You can push directly to test flight, or you can make live in the App Store, or make live on the web. That's cool. Or you can even export the source code. I think that's really effective. I don't think I clicked on that, but let's see. If we click on this, I think it's an eye icon, you should be able to share a screenshot and send it directly to your email. Yeah. So you can send directly a screenshot directly to your email. This doesn't look exactly how my screenshot looks, which is concerning. I do want to see a preview that looks exactly how my screen looks. But again, the general premise for me as a developer myself, as someone who deals heavily in products, I get the general idea. I think it's amazing. I think they go in it in the right way to make it easier to develop apps. Similar to how Wix made it easier to develop websites and the countless other sites like Wix, like Squarespace, like Webflow, trying to make developing technical products a lot easier. And I think V.One can be a real contender. But again, it's still in the early days, as you saw with a lot of the modules. Let me know what you think. If you like this review, there's a lot more others on the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment in the section below. What do you think of V.One? Have you tried V.One? Where do you think it compares to other platforms? What features would you like to see that you haven't currently seen? The V.One team have been very receptive to feedback, and they have a very interesting product roadmap that they're usually happy to share. They're very accessible on Twitter, through email, and I think the team is going about the right way of developing a product in public, getting a lot of feedback from potential customers.